And Iran has a lot of experience fighting. Iran has a lot of experience fighting ISIS and also numerous other troop formations in the region. We would rather not be tweeting the same thing many times a day, but millions of Israelis keep running to shelter as Iran keeps shooting more ballistic missiles at Israel. Like, I know this is for them to try and garner sympathy, but given how much everybody hates Israel, the only thing that this causes for many people is to look at that and at most, like even the average person goes, oh, okay, yeah, sucks, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, and of course, the other response is people engaging in joyous celebration, but like I don't think this is actually causing people to develop any sympathies for Israel at all. Why would anybody, like, this is, dude, you have been doing to Gaza, to the Palestinian children for the past 20 months. They don't have this kind of alert system. They don't have shelters. I mean, even if they did, you would have destroyed the shelters anyway, but it's so crazy. I think even people who don't hate Israel will say you started in this case. I know. Yeah, this was my favorite tweet from the process. Iran has kidnapped an innocent civilian Israeli flying his fighter jet above Tehran just because he's Jewish. This could have happened to any of us. You know? Posting this. Sniping foreign attack. Hey. The pilot was an American woman, by the way. Wait, oh, the pilot was a woman? No. No way. Is that a joke? That's a joke, right? Ain't no way. They're anti-Semitic and hate women. Oh my God. And America. Anti-Semitic, anti-America, anti-women. That's crazy. That's crazy. She's just a girl, dude. What the... Fellas, we got to have ladies have some hobbies, you know? Sometimes the hobbies is doing for the ethno-state that also happen to find some time throughout their daily routine to go bomb a regional power with an actual standing military and missile systems. That's just called being a girl boss. They didn't shoot down one jet. They're claiming they shot down 3 F-35 jets. One of the jets did have a pilot that seemingly hit the parachute, and they're saying that they captured the pilot, and now people are saying that the pilot was a woman. I don't know the veracity of some of these claims. I do not support women's wrongs. Anyway, does Iran have the military capacity to go toe-to-toe with Israel, assuming minimal U.S. support or U.S. support only in air defense? Does Iran have the capacity to go toe-to-toe with Israel without U.S. support? Absolutely. Not 3 F-35s. It's 1 F-35, 1 F-16, and 1 F-15. Okay. Amidst an ongoing denuclearization agreement. Sorry, I'm posting a tweet. I'm going to ratio the Israeli occupying forces account. It's so wild to think you can farm sympathy posting this from the occupying forces account currently sniping starving children desperate for a combat aid, all because you chose to attack a regional power that has missile systems amidst an ongoing denuclearization agreement. What is this? Israel versus Iran by the numbers? Iran says that Israel's attacks on Friday, which have reportedly killed 6 nuclear scientists and destructed Natanz nuclear site, underscored its need to pursue uranium enrichment and missile development programs. If you look at the military, Israel has a total active personnel number of 169,500 with reservists at 465,000. Iran has active personnel at 610,000 with 350,000 in reserve. Their defense budget is 10.3 billion. Israel's defense budget is 27.5 billion. Combat capable aircraft. Israel possesses several advanced US-made F-35 stealth fighters, 340. Iran mostly operates older Russian Sukhoi and MiG fighter jets, 312, plus 23 for the IRGC. Their air defense systems. Israel has Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow systems. Iran has Bavar 373, S-300, and Hordad systems. Artillery, Israel has 530. Iran has 6,798. Israel has 46 helicopters. Iran has 34 plus. Israel has 5 submarines. Iran has 19 submarines. Why do they have so few helicopters? What, you mean Israel or Iran? Why does Iran have so few helicopters? I don't know. Maybe because they've been under a crippling sanctions regime in perpetuity. That probably has a big role in this. Also, helicopters suck anyway. Iraq was stronger, but it didn't matter. You saw the shock and awe campaign. Iraq was stronger than modern day Iran. Are you insane? Do you know? Do you understand, like, combat readiness, for example? Iran has been actively working in the region for the past 20 years against ISIS. Iran has an insane military force. I believe it wasn't ready. Us just too strong with air superiority. You're talking about also post-war on terror Iran. Bring us the new caliphate, white boy. Maybe Iran 2016 would have been stronger. Right now, no. I'm sorry, Hasan, but yes, Iraq was. Iraq spent a lot of time building up his military. I think the current combat experience that the Iranian military has is not comparable to any other regional actor, with the exception of maybe Turkey. Like, that's the only other counterinsurgency ready standing military in the region. Like, Israel's counterinsurgency revolves around children. For Iran and for Turkey, well, Turkey also, sometimes kills children too. Come on, let's be real. But Turkey is fighting Kurdish militias, which they shouldn't be, for the record. I'm not saying that that's a good thing. And Iran has a lot of experience fighting. Iran has a lot of experience fighting ISIS and also numerous other troop formations in the region. Sure, but we invaded Iraq with 49 countries, and there's no coalition of the willing here, and modern-day warfare is a lot more equal than combat was in 2003 with cheap drones. There's cheap drones, but it's not just cheap drones. War is won and lost through attrition and logistics. Obviously, if we're talking about like a full-tilt invasion of Iran by the American military, like the American military will have a much harder time, I think, invading Iran than it did destroying Iraq. But yeah, the obvious tech gap here is, this chatter is correct, Israel has a massive tech gap in comparison to Iran. A ginormous tech gap. Having said that, Israel it would never be able to fight against Iran on its own. That is not even a question. Like, are you kidding me? Israel would not be able to fight. Israel can't even on its own cleanse the Gaza Strip without getting all of their 18-year-old brigadier generals getting their shit smoked in the process of children. What the fuck are we talking about? Look at southern Lebanon. Israel has air superiority against a defenseless population of civilians, and the only areas where they can get any sort of gains, the only place where they can make territorial gains is buildings filled to the brim with civilians. That's it. When it comes to ground combat, they get their shit smoked every time. Their tech superiority, the tech gap that Israel has, as opposed to Iran's like dusty ass equipment, is significant. But I think in any sort of like direct 1v1 combat, Israel gets their shit pushed in by most people. I mean, look at the tech versus tech or tech gap. I wouldn't say that like Ukraine has the best gear, but they do have a lot of American weapons. They do have a lot of Western weapons. They do have a lot of Western tech. Russia, on the other hand, has dusty ass equipment. It's not a direct comparison here because Russia has also air superiority over Ukraine, but they have still dusty ass equipment for the most part. But when you have more people in general, you end up overwhelming the smaller country. Like, it does become a numbers game, especially when you're just basically pushing troops over and over again. It takes time. Russia doesn't have air superiority in Ukraine. Okay, fair. That's true. You're right, actually. I shouldn't have said that. They do have, they do still have coverage. They still bomb a shit ton of places in Ukraine. To talk about I was trying to explain that, like, regardless of the tech advantage that one side might have, having numbers on your side and, you know, rushing is still unfortunately a fairly effective way of dealing with things. Will Iran's response cripple the side trans DJ industry, or is that a pipe dream? Who knows? Why Iran is attacking civilian? Let me tell you why. It's because they're using human shields. Yeah, Israel's using human shields. It's really up. Direct violation of international human rights too. Is really up how Israel's